Dre, we have absolutely no time to waste. We have to get right into this right now. You have 5 minutes. 5 minutes exactly to get in on an odds boost that we really, 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 really love.
That's nice.
So it is Gonzaga and Baylor both to win at plus 100. If you parlayed those two normally, it would be minus 127. So you're getting 20% boost here, a little more than that actually. So this is a really good boost. Dre, you're the one who pointed it out to me. Why do you like this?
Yeah, I really think first off, we have two great matchups with 11th ranked West Virginia going against Gonzaga and 5th ranked Illinois taking on 2nd ranked Baylor. But really, Baylor and Gonzaga stand out above the rest as two of the safer teams in all of college basketball. Gonzaga, many have said, is easily the most talented Zags team of all time, which is really saying something.
Even more than the Matt Bolden days, two-time Colorado Gatorade player.
Matt Bolden was lit. That was fun. But yes, I think this team is more stacked than that. Of course, West Virginia, one of the tougher opponents they'll have. And then Baylor, this is a team that went on a 20-win streak last year as they play really well coached. So I love them both to win. I think this is one of the better bets you're gonna get. I mean, Gonzaga money line is minus 400, and the Baylor money line isn't going to be too far off that. So to get this odds boost at plus 100 is really nice, and you got to jump on that because the Gonzaga game, correct? Yeah, it's the Gonzaga game, is starting in like 3 minutes. So I would highly suggest getting on DraftKings Sportsbook, getting in the odds boost section, and pounding that to start.
There you go. Odds boost. Gonzaga and Baylor both to win, plus 100. There's no time to waste. You have 3 minutes. Good job, Austin. He got his bet in. So there we go. And that transitions us into Heartbreak City. Now, last night was a good night. Because the RK parlay, unapproved, approved, I went ahead and got in on. And it was MSU plus 4.5 and the under. My only regret is that I didn't hit the money line because I would have made quite a bit more money. But safe man, smart man's parlay. The MSU defense was stifling. Duke looked honestly very pedestrian. I feel like that's going to cloud my view of Duke for the rest of the season because they got absolutely clamped by Michigan State.
They did. I feel like just about everything we said on the show yesterday was spot on, including our analysis of this Wednesday night afternoon football game. But we ended up picking Michigan State and gun to our head Kansas, right? And that was a real nail biter. We are very happy we were residents of Hedge City last night with that one. Yep. But we said in both games, then for different reasons when we made the picks, but the overarching theme, both those picks, the more experienced veteran team would win out, and that was definitely the case in both of those. So that was really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Andre, yesterday I was talking about something called an accountability buddy. And you were supposed to hold me accountable for something that you did not.
Oh, what was that?
Remember, I made a rule that I will not bet on double-digit favorites in the NFL anymore. And right here on the show, I was telling people, take the Steelers, and you didn't stop me.
Well, I said this one stunk to high heaven to me, that the only thing I liked was the under, that this was a take the cheese special, don't fall into the trap. But I did say I could see this becoming a game where slowly but surely the Ravens defense plays really well, but the offense just can't get enough first downs, and the Steelers pull away and overcome RG3, who would have been very limited. That proved out to be 100% true. We didn't factor in good old Trace McSorley, who really blew that whole thing up.
No, what we didn't factor in was that the Steelers were going to get greedy at the end of the game. I don't know who it was, but the corner tried to jump a route, completely left Hollywood Brown alone, and left Edmonds, not Tremaine Edmonds, but the other Edmonds, Terrell Edmonds,
Yeah.
to tackle Hollywood Brown one-on-one at the sideline. And it's just like, dude, you literally blew it for everyone. So I did have the under too. That's I take some solace in that. It was an easy under for us. But
yes,
I'm just I'm bummed that you didn't tell me that I was breaking my own rule. I went rogue and broke a rule with no accountability, buddy.
I said it stunk to high heaven that this was a classic COVID game. I told our whole audience to stay away. Oh,
there was nothing that you would have said, Ryan, that's against your own rules. I would have had no answer for that.
Well, I forgot that was one of the new rules we've instituted in the last month. You gotta keep up these days.
I fully blame you for my transgressions, and we move on.
I feel like you talked me out of doing that Michigan State parlay.
It was a reverse psychology thing. You have to catch on to this.
And then you're all over the interwebs bragging about it. You're bragging to me about it. What a heartbreak. I see our guy Austin online bragging. What's going on? I felt so left out, terrible.
We loved Michigan State and we loved the under. All I said was split them. I didn't say don't bet it. I just said bet them separately. And if you would have just taken that advice, you would have won 2 units. I just happened to parlay them and win 3.
That's true. Did you get in on Texas today?
No, I didn't. I was so caught up by midday football that I forgot there was other midday sports to bet on.
Yeah, I was so caught up in my 6-way Champions League parlay, I forgot the game was at 1:40 our time, not not 3:40 our time, because it was on at 3:40 Eastern. So I started watching late, but
big time rookie mistake. What did Texas win? Did Texas win and cover again?
Buzzer beater against UNC.
Oh my God! Well,
yeah.
I probably would have taken that. What was the money?
I don't know what the odds were on that. I just saw the buzzer beater.
I texted you yesterday after I had already bet on Texas. I was like, was it you that told me you like Texas? You're like, no. I was like, huh. Must have been Henry. Texted Henry. Was it you that told me you like Texas? He's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. I just bet on them blindly just based on that little sentence that you told me, and it worked out. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to tonight. What do we have on the slate other than, well, I guess we talked about that we like that odds boost for those two. Those are the two kind of marquee basketball games on tonight. But there's also there's tons of college basketball. Unfortunately, no Buffs in Arizona. That game was to COVID in the CU basketball program, which is a shame. There's also Missouri and Oregon. I lean Oregon in this one. They're 4.5-point favorites. They obviously lose Peyton Pritchard, who was a really great floor general for them, and just kind of a clutch machine. Loved betting on him, even though I don't like Oregon as a program. But I still think Oregon. I think they take care of Missouri here.
Okay, I like that. I just scrolling through the Oregon -2 in the first half caught my eye. Just throwing that out.
Oregon -2 in the okay. Also, Oregon State, Washington State. Oregon State giving 2 here. I like that as well.
Nice. There you go. Ryan, we're heating up in college hoops. I mean, what were you, 3 of 4 yesterday? 3 of 5.
3 of 4.
Well, if you count the stupid under on the Michigan State game as a separate thing, you were 3 of 5. Oh, 4 of 5, right?
4 of 5. Okay, so I had... No, it was just 3 of 4.
You came into the show 1-1. Well, Kansas doesn't count as a pick, does it?
No, not really.
Even though clearly we talked ourselves into that, and we told people to stay away from the 3-point odds boost. So nothing but winners last night. The only losers we did in our own time. Which, look, that's as scientists, we must experiment from time to time.
That is true, yes.
So, it's all for the sake of content, you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay,
Let's talk about trends in the NFL. Before we do that, a shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can get in on the odds boost.
that we tossed out at the beginning of the show, and all sorts of other amazing offers like that, such as when you use the code DNVR to sign up, you can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. And this weekend, you can sign up for your shot to turn $1 into $100 when betting on either Gonzaga or Baylor to win. That's right, $1 to win $100. Use promo code DNVR during sign-up to take advantage of these great offers. For a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Bonus comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match. Deposit bonus requires a 25x playthrough, and restrictions do apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Again, turn 1 into 100 on Gonzaga Baylor. We're in on both of those teams tonight. They're going to play each other on Saturday in the morning. So, have a little. This is a little appetizer for that one, and you can pick which team you want to place 1 to win 100 on tonight when you watch both of them play.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
We kind of started Trends Day, Ryan. And one of the first things we gravitated to, aside from some of the fun, models that are always good to follow from the Action Network, what we really gravitated to was this follow the money, right? Where we have a larger percentage of the money on a certain team versus the bet percentage. And the first week we started doing this, very profitable. Then we started doing it another week, not as much. Then the next week we were like looking at it. Actually, this feels like a fade the public week. We were correct. Last week I look at it, I thought, oh, it's Faves week, and I'm going to follow the money. Nope. It was underdog week. So that's now 2 weeks in a row where actually following the money kind of not working out, especially, this is the important factor, on a Trends Day. Because I think if you waited till like Saturday, even Sunday morning, then that money might sway you in the right direction a little more. But when I see these numbers, there are a couple that we'll pick out where we do want to follow the public and follow the money. But this is starting to feel more and more like a fade the public type of deal. And forget the money entirely.
Forget the money, fade the public.
Yeah. And for example, now this is a true follow the money because 55% of the bets are on the Saints going into Atlanta as a -2.5, -3 favorite. But 78% of that money, so only 48% of the bets are on the Falcons. 78% of the money, however, is on Atlanta. When we were talking about guess the lines, that is a metric we like. The only pause I have here is when I crunch the numbers. My numbers suggest this is a fair line. Now, obviously, this doesn't take into account what the Saints are like with Taysom Hill, and it doesn't take into account what the Falcons have been like the last 4 or 5 weeks. And despite not taking into account that, it's still fairly even. Estimated win would have the Saints as 3-point favorites, exactly what the line is. YPP would have the Saints as 5-point favorites. With that, I think we're going in on the Falcons. We like this as a true follow the money, fade the public type of deal.
I love the Falcons.
Yes. Love the Falcons to the point that this might be the game of the week where you have to bounce on. You have to pounce midweek before this shifts too much.
I believe in that. Is it still sitting at 3?
Yeah. It's still sitting at 3. I will say this. If Jameis were to be declared the starter, my feelings would change on this.
2.5 now.
Yeah, there you go. 2.5. So it's moving already. You might want to go. Now, one where I'm much more skeptical, Ryan, and this is going to be a tough one because this is a mega rule for you. The Seahawks at -10, 65% of the bets are on them. 96% of the money is on the Seahawks as 10-point favorites going up against the Giants. They are hosting the New York Giants. So much of this depends on Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for Daniel Jones. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a double rule breaker for me, which kind of makes it a stay away. I can't take a 10-point favorite, but I can't bet against Russell Wilson. That being said, I don't know. I don't know. I want to say that I like the Seahawks, but I'm not allowed to bet it.
Yeah, and I would kind of hammer the Giants if I felt good about Daniel Jones, but without him being 100%, I need 22 mile per hour Daniel Jones to be on the field. Not 16 miles per hour, not 12. I need 22 or 21.8, whatever that was, mile per hour Daniel Jones to cover against the Seahawks. So that is a mega stay away. You would think this might be a stay away as well, Ryan, but 89% of the money is on the Lions +3 compared to just 61% of the bets. They are going up against the Chicago Bears as 3-point dogs. Kind of hate both these teams. And YPP says the spread is exactly right. Estimated win has the...
There's something that we need to really, really take into account here.
Trubisky.
No. Fired coach game.
Yes. Fired
Love
coach
a good fired coach game. Because of that, I mean, I'm definitely going Lions.
Detroit's a great candidate for that. Like,
yes.
If you looked at their roster, they are Atlanta, they are Houston, they are that team.
Yep.
It's like, boy, they shouldn't be underachieving to this extent. New coach, all of a sudden, all is fixed, and you get to bet against Mitchell Trubisky. That's right. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Trubisky kind of looked okay on the script the other night, and then his decision making completely evaded him from there.
I mean, it was crazy just watching him in the red zone on these like fadeaway sidearm passes where he needs to complete like 1.5 yards and he couldn't get there. He was throwing them at receivers' feet. For a guy who's like, it's all athleticism, you'd think he'd be able to do more on that. Okay.
Just so you know, I'm going to parlay the Falcons and Lions money lines. It's +451.
Okay. Is this a tease candidate perchance?
Yeah, it could be a tease candidate for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
I need to bring back the tease for college basketball. I really like basketball teases.
Basketball teases are a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these basketball spreads. We move on. And this is a line we didn't talk about yesterday in the Guess the Lines, but now that game is finally over, Washington football team taking on the Steelers. Steelers in that double-digit zone. I don't have it here, but other books have this. -9, -10 for the Steelers. And the money, this is another true fade the public, follow the money pick. 27% difference, 68% of the money on the football team, only 41% of the bets.
I'm not betting on the football team.
But if you can get them as a double-digit dog, isn't that your rule?
I don't have a rule that I should take double-digit dogs. I have a rule that I can't take double-digit faves, which I broke. The last 2 times I've broke my rules, I'm 0 for 2, and what am I doing? I don't understand.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I mean, it's not my fault I broke my rule this time. That was your fault.
Wow.
The time before was definitely my fault.
Rules are here for a reason, Ryan, and they must be followed as absolutes.
I know. What am I doing?
I can't keep track of all your rules. You say you are really on the money. I know it doesn't feel like that because your accounts fluctuated a lot. You've been really on the money the last few weeks with your analysis. I think since November hit, you've been dialed. You're saying really correct things. You're making a lot of crappy bets though.
I know.
So we got to rein it in here. Got to rein it in. We got to talk it through. We got to fill the bet slips as we talk it through. That's a real key.
That is the biggest key.
Yes.
I keep not following my own good advice.
Yeah, exactly. And unsupervised betting, worst betting possible.
Right. Yeah. You should have to I don't know. You should make a rule. You have to tweet out every single bet you take.
Screenshot the slip and send it to me before you can officially punch it in. You're not gonna like this one. 85% of the money is on the Vikings as -10.5. point favorites taking on the Jaguars.
So the money is just hammering favorites this week.
That's what they do every week.
I was going to say, do you think there's some sort of, do you think that, a couple questions. One, do you think that people are fading underdogs this week since underdogs hit a bunch last week? They're like, it's not going to happen 2 weeks in a row. The other question I have is, since, back in the day, the sharps like all lived in Vegas. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there was only a couple hundred of them, maybe.
Yes.
Now you can bet wherever you want. Like, are the sharps not the sharps anymore? And are they now just rich people with the draft?
No, I think there are still sharps. I think for a minute the whole industry was thrown off kilter because these NFL spreads and it really was the year of the public better for a while. Now I think we've seen that correction. I just think we're not seeing the sharp money come in on this data yet. I think that's more of a, those are the in-person ballots. We're just seeing the mail-ins right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I can put my John King hat on. So yeah, Vikings can't mess with
I might also have to throw in Cardinals +3 in that parlay.
This is a true fade the public, follow the money. 59% of the money on the cards, Ryan. Only 34% of the bets. 25% difference. That's significant. And yeah, as I was looking at this, I love the cards as well. I love it.
So Cards, Lions, Falcons +12.
Yeah, and I've got 2 more candidates for you to add to that. So don't click submit on that parlay yet. The numbers, Ryan. YPP says the Cards at home should be 1.5 point favorites, not 3 point dogs.
Wow.
Estimated win, which is their estimated win, is within a field goal on every spread I calculated, but 2. So estimated win is on top of Vegas in how they are setting the lines. And yet estimated win here says the Cards should be 2 point favorites. So this is one of those two that there's a 5 point difference over a field goal. Wow. So yeah, love the Cards. Love the Cards. And I love the Cards, not because of what you're saying, not because of the Cliff Kingsbury madness that goes on this show on a regular basis, but because of sound data and logic. Also, this game reeks of an under, Ryan. It reeks of an under.
Huh.
You with me? Because they're always in these low-scoring games, the Rams. I think in facing the Rams, Arizona is going to do a lot of this, like running the ball, which they love to do. It's set at 48.5. The two teams are averaging 46.64. Rams only averaging 19 points per game on offense, and they're conceding 50 points per game, which would be an over. But I think those defenses with a little more ground control heavy offenses, I think those defenses will be salvaged. That's why I love this under. Love the under.
Everything you said is sound, but I'm never betting the under when Cliff Kingsbury's out there.
Yeah, but NFL Cliff Kingsbury. This isn't, we're not in Lubbock anymore.
I know, but I don't want to root against his artistic offense.
Oh my God. This one I hate.
Oh, hold on. Is this not a really great first quarter over Script City?
Oh. This is a Script City special. What's that set at? Oh, we probably don't have that right now, huh? No, we do.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Oh, shoot. Nope. Yeah, total points first quarter. Over 9.5.
Money.
Yeah, money. And then you take the under. Here's one I hate. This one I truly hate, but 90% of the money is on the Colts minus 3.5. I remind you, they are taking on the Texans at home. 69% of the bets on the Colts. Classic fade the public. I mean, it doesn't get more classic fade the public than this, aside from the Atlanta game, maybe. And the numbers big time agree with us. Colts, again, 3.5-point favorites on the road. YPP says actually Texans should be 2.5-point favorites. That's a massive differential. And even estimated win says just a 2-point favorite.
Wow.
Yeah. So love
Count me in. Yeah.
Love the Texans. I wish the Giants were playing because that's the other one I soft love. And as far as the data goes, that's kind of, the money really likes the Bengals at plus 11.5, and the bet percentage on the Bengals is only 46. That's a classic fade the public. I really have a hard time suggesting wagering on Brandon Allen, but that would be taking a double-digit dog right there. The money also loves the Chiefs at minus 14. Can't exactly fault them. Like us, the money loves the Titans against the Browns, which gives me just a smidge of pause because, the numbers would suggest this should be a pretty close game. And that's about the end of the interesting lines as far as the money trends here. The one other game, crunching my numbers, that I really like, Ryan, and I did not think this when we guessed the lines, unlike the Atlanta pick, unlike the Houston pick, unlike the Arizona pick. I'm very intrigued after crunching the numbers by the San Francisco 49ers as 2.5-point favorites taking on the Buffalo Bills. The numbers
2.5-point faves or dogs?
Dogs, my bad. As dogs, I like the Niners. YPB says they should be a 1.5-point favorite. Estimated win says they should be a 3-point favorite.
Should be noted, Andre, Mostert and Deebo Samuel back in the lineup for San Francisco, and they've been out for like 6 to 8 weeks. So that makes a big, big difference for their offense.
Yeah, I think Ayuk as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. Yep.
Yeah. So, and the Niners are well coached. They're pesky. I could definitely see this being Bills go up big, then Niners close the gap, then Bills eke it out. I might have to buy a point here, make this the full 3. But I like the Niners. I think the Niners are quite intriguing here.
I'm interested too. I've been off the Niners for a long time.
Yep.
But now that they're kind of getting their pieces back, I think Kyle Shanahan can go back to out coaching people.
Yep. I don't think you're wrong. Okay, so money lines, you want to parlay Falcons, Cardinals, Lions. Can we throw Houston in there?
Once you do that, I think you start considering going round robin with it.
Yeah, and Houston might be. Houston's more of a spread than a money line play, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in the round robin there of four dogs that we like because the chances of going 4 for 4 there are unlikely.
Yes,
but I might be interested in doing a little round robin there.
Plus 3,100. Okay, good. I like that we've done this. I've got more over-unders that are intriguing to me, but we could save those. No Thursday night football on the NFL side tomorrow, but we will have some college Thursday night. I'm sure some more intriguing college hoops. So,
nice.
Yeah, Air Force actually plays tomorrow.
Oh, God, I hate their quarterback. Oh, man, he's bad.
I know. Well, but maybe they've been able to coach up that other quarterback in the month and a half they haven't had to play, so.
It's possible. For an update, West Virginia with an early 3-point lead on the Zags. I feel like an early lead right now in college basketball is a curse. The Buffs came way back on Kansas State. Duke was up big on Michigan State yesterday. You can go through the list. Like teams that go up early are losing these games. I don't know why it is, but it's happening.
Well, and those are great games where you jump in and you hammer that favorite while you can. I wish the Zags were better than minus 210. I know one member of our staff when the Buffs did go down big early in that one game over Thanksgiving weekend. Got in on some live odds and made himself.
I think they were down like 24-9 at like plus 400.
Well, and speaking of that Hedge City game, our guy D-Line in our betting Slack was saying, man, when Kentucky was up big early, the Kansas buyout was intriguing. At that point, though, I could have 2x the Kentucky buyout And
Oh, you
really,
mean Kansas Live line?
yeah,
He was saying Kansas Live was intriguing. Yeah, if you would have taken the Kentucky buyout, then you could have had like a $300 night.
yeah, that would have been real nice. Kentucky cannot shoot. Man, they're going to be insane defensively, though.
Yeah, so the problem with just that whole idea you were just talking about, it's why when I hedge a game, I don't even really want to watch it
I know.
because you start second guessing every move. Whereas if you just don't watch it, you just wait for it to end, and you've got $40 in your account that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Yeah, no, and once you hedge, that's a commitment you need to make.
Yeah, exactly.
Rest in peace on that decision. The decision's been made. Stick with it.
It's done. Yeah. All right. Speaking of being done, this show is done. So we will talk to you tomorrow on DNVR Bets Daily. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, and good luck with your bets.